I'm in Newstead today at the Newstead Community Centre for the Haa Do Festival. I've been at the Haa Do Festival in Newstead this weekend. It was taking place at the Newstead Centre, which is actually behind me, which is the old miners' welfare in Newstead, Nottinghamshire. The festival is very close to the pit at Newstead. In fact, it's about a minute's walk down this road. And the pit at Newstead were providing one of the bars in the Haa Do Festival. Their bar was doing the real ales and some decent ciders. On Friday, the festival was opened by Olivia Rose, a great singer-songwriter, who when she's not playing music is in the Navy.
I wasn't even two when we first met, and you embraced me because you never thought you'd get round kids to call your own when you had two sons. They didn't seem the type, they didn't seem the ones to have kids.
Next on was Ocean, Kai Skimber, a young artist playing a mixture of covers, but has said he's beginning to write his own songs and intends to perform in his own songs in the future. I've got to say I was quite impressed with him. He's a, promising young artist, and when he's writes his own songs, I look forward to seeing them.
The last girl that I loved, she was a lone, lusty liar. She set my heart on fire and made me choke.
After Ocean was one of my favourites, Sam Dracy, with his songs about protest, politics and Play-Doh. Always fun and always enjoyable.
And I know it's not easy when reminders are far behind. Losing track of everything, that's fine.
Following Sam was another Sam, in this case Semantics, producing another spellbinding set. Nick Parker was next up, and this was my third time seeing Nick in 8 days, but always enjoyable and always a great set.
Our first car was an 84 Sierra, a couple £100 from Exchange and Mar.
Then there was a slight alteration in the running order, as the Willswood boys had got stuck on the M1. So Funk and the Two-Tone Baby started their set early, or his set early I should say, he's a solo artist, and he played a really good bombastic set. The Willswood boys did manage to extract themselves from the travel chaos. I've seen them a few times before, but this was the first time I'd seen them with their new drummer. And having some drum beats really built on their already great sound. The music on Saturday started at 11:30 in the morning, but I arrived early to sample the breakfast in the Courtyard Cafe, which is part of the centre. The breakfast was an absolute bargain at £5.50, including toast and a drink, and it was really, really nice. First on the Saturday was Joel Fox, a young singer, songwriting guitarist with a good selection of songs.
People who I mourn for, people who I love, and I can't tell you enough.
Next was Charlie Rogers with some special guests. This was part of the morning session, which had been targeted at youth music.
Now running around, my face won't frown. I'm looking for somebody to hug. Oh my God, I love doing drugs.
The special guests were guitarist and drummer, both young and both great. The drummer especially stood out. 14 years old, very, very confident, with great stage presence, and some of the best hair at the festival. It's a shame I didn't grab a video of him, but there are some photos, so I'll just stick one in here. Next up, another young band, Indigo Kid, A very young band with an interesting choice of covers and one original song. I look forward to seeing them in the future. Then there was Fuck Me, It's Clatters. That's what he's called, FMI Clatters, if you ever see him at the festival. I've seen him before and he's a lot of fun with some great songs.
Away, blue skies and the dawn of a new day. Away.
Ben Mark Smith was next up, who was replacing a band who was originally listed, and he did a great job. Good set. I think it's the second time I've seen Ben, so yeah, quite enjoyed that.
He takes me to a quaint jazz bar where the birds are scared to tweet. And I say, what are you playing now? I'm here to stamp my feet. I know it.
After Ben, it was Sally Pepper with a full band. Previously, when I've seen Sally, it's been as an acoustic set. And I've got to say, the full band is quite different to acoustic set and really rocky and punky. So I really enjoyed that. And surprisingly, Harrison Rimmer was doing drums for her. You know, I've seen Harrison Rimmer a few times, but this is the first time I've seen him do drums, which I know is his main instrument.
I won't sit down, I won't shut up. Try telling someone who gives a
It was then the Endings, who were halfway through the day, which is strange for a band called the Endings, but if you saw my review of the Eyes Have It Festival, you'll realise I saw them last week there, and they played a blind at Eyes Have It, so I was looking forward to seeing them today, and they didn't disappoint.
Well, give me one, give me two, make the three to six. Give me three, give me four, stand for my room to go.
Henshaw were next on, the band fronted by Paul Henshaw, and what a set they played. They are getting so tight, and the crowd really enjoyed them. It was a very pleasing show, and I think so far it was the best band for me for the weekend. Then we had the Headsticks, who were their normal brilliant selves. And, you know, I think for the whole weekend it's going to be a tie between the Headsticks and Henshaw, but I enjoyed both those bands. Closing the festival was Warren Island. I filmed this just before he played, but I will insert a video here, and should be a fun set.
It's only your mind that you can't tell me where you came from. Your mind, all about the hand that's even beating on. You want to live here, what we need is to bear with the fruits of that even.
So I better get down to the scoring for this festival. In respect to the facilities, this was an indoor festival with permanent facilities. The toilets were reasonable. I've knocked points off as the gents one cubicle didn't have a lock on it, and the other one, the lock was a bit dodgy. They also ran out of toilet paper in the gents, and when I checked 3 hours after I first noticed this, it hadn't been replaced. So the toilets were not being checked like they probably should have been. So I've knocked a point and a half off for this, so I'm going to score it 3.5 out of 5. Still good facilities, but could be better. In terms of the sound, this was good. The sound was reasonably well mixed, and when problems happened, they were resolved really quickly. So a thumbs up to the sound engineers on that, and overall I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5 for the sound. In terms of the lineup, this was really strong. Very few cover artists and really good quality musicians. So I'm going to give it 5 out of 5, because for a festival that charges £60 for the weekend, for 2 days of music, which is really good value, it's a lot better than what you'd expect, so it was a great lineup. And now we're on to, it's not just about the music. In terms of this, I thought it was a little weak. On Friday, the food offering was a quite decent wood-fired pizza, but that was it. And on Saturday was a Caribbean food outlet, which again, people were saying was really good food. But if you weren't into Caribbean food, then and jerk chicken and that kind of thing, then there wasn't too much choice. The cafe in the courtyard was only open for breakfast, and I've got to say the breakfast was excellent. So taking that into account, I'm going to score this 3.5 out of 5. I know this is a small festival, but you could have done with a couple of different food vendors per day. So overall, it's 16 out of 20, a very decent score and a very good score for the first year of this festival. I know this festival was intended just to be a one-off. However, I'm hoping Kev, who organised this, who's done a fantastic job, does do it again at some point. And if he does, I will be intending to come. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have, please hit the like button. And if you've not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. There's only one more thing to say, and that's go out and support live music. This is Roger from I Can See the Stage from here saying goodbye.